Have you ever felt like something was off about the way the system operates? Like no matter how hard you work, you're always trapped in an endless cycle of debt, taxes, and legal obligations that you never truly agreed to. What if I told you that this isn't by accident, it's by design? From the moment you were born, a corporate entity was created in your name, and that entity, your strawman, has been used to control you, your finances, and your legal status in the American system. This isn't conspiracy theory. This is legal reality, hidden in plain sight. Stay with me until the end of this video, because what you're about to learn may change everything you thought you knew about your place in the system. What if I told you that from the moment you were born, a corporate entity was created in your name, and that entity, your strawman, has been used to control you, your finances, and your legal status in the American system? This is not conspiracy theory. This is legal reality, hidden in plain sight within the constructs of government, finance, and commerce. When you were born, your parents unknowingly signed you into a system that sees you not as a living, breathing soul, but as collateral and asset traded on the stock market. Your birth certificate issued by the state was not merely a record of your birth, but a financial instrument, a bond tied to the U.S. Treasury. Alongside this, a social security number was assigned to you, further cementing your role within the system. But the real deception comes from what is legally known as the strawman. But here's the part most people don't realize: hospitals, doctors, and nurses play a crucial role in ensuring this process happens immediately. Parents, exhausted from the trauma of childbirth, are often pressured by hospital staff to sign the birth certificate as soon as possible, sometimes within hours of the child being born. They are rarely given time to fully understand what they are signing, nor are they informed that they are unknowingly entering their child into a system of financial and legal control. The urgency imposed by the hospital is not just a procedural necessity, it is a well-orchestrated push to ensure that the state gains immediate jurisdiction over the newborn. The strawman is a legal fiction, a corporate entity created in your name, represented by an all-caps version of your name on official documents. This distinction is crucial because the corporate entity can be controlled, taxed, fined, and even imprisoned under statutory law. Meanwhile, the living, breathing human, the sovereign being that is you, is separate and distinct. But most people do not know this distinction exists, and thus they operate under the false assumption that they are one and the same as their strawman. This is the foundation of the enslavement mechanism that governs the financial and legal system in America. The government, along with financial institutions, uses this strawman to impose debts, fines, and legal obligations upon you. The debt-based fiat currency system further ensures that you remain entangled in this web. Every loan, every mortgage, every tax is levied against the strawman, not the sovereign being, yet most never question their obligation to pay. The concept of the strawman is even symbolically represented in pop culture, most notably in the classic film, The Wizard of Oz. The character of the scarecrow, who represents a man made of straw, lacks a brain, much like the legal strawman that represents you, but is lifeless and void of consciousness. The hidden allegory suggests that most people operate under a system where they are legally considered mindless entities, merely following orders without questioning the deeper reality of their legal and financial enslavement. This is no coincidence. Many believe that the Wizard of Oz itself was a coded message about the financial system and its control over individuals through illusion and deception. But here's the most shocking part. The money that circulates through the economy, our debts, bills, and financial obligations, is already covered by the wealth generated through our strawman. Every American is worth millions, held in trust under their name in government accounts. The funds tied to your birth certificate and social security number are traded on the stock market, generating massive amounts of wealth. However, instead of allowing you access to this wealth, The system keeps you in a state of perpetual debt slavery, making you believe that you owe money when, in reality, the financial instruments tied to your name should be paying off your debts automatically. This means that your mortgage, student loans, car payments, and utility bills are all artificially imposed upon you. You are not actually required to pay that debt. It is already prepaid through the bond created in your name. The financial system operates on deception, ensuring that you remain unaware of this hidden reality. Some have discovered ways to access their accounts, using legal processes to discharge debts and reclaim their financial independence. This is why certain legal filings, such as UCC-1 statements, have been explored as a means to regain control over one's economic status. So how do you break free? How do you reclaim your sovereignty, both physically and financially? The process of reclaiming your sovereignty begins with knowledge. Understanding the distinction between your strawman and your living self is the first step. There are legal means through which one can separate from the strawman, including filing UCC-1 forms to reclaim ownership over your legal entity, revoking contracts unknowingly made with the system, and asserting common law rights over statutory jurisdiction. Some have explored the idea of expatriation, or becoming a secured party creditor to take full control over their financial status. But let me be clear, the system does not make it easy. Courts, banks, and government entities operate in a way that discourages and even punishes those who attempt to step outside the controlled structure. However, there are those who have successfully reclaimed their financial independence, discharged debts, and removed themselves from the cycle of legal and economic servitude. The power of legal remedies and knowing your rights. One of the most powerful tools in reclaiming sovereignty is understanding the legal remedies available. Statutes, commercial codes, and trust law all play a role in this system. By comprehending legal concepts like trust law, equity law, and commercial redemption, individuals can begin to assert their rights more effectively. Many who have studied the Uniform Commercial Code (UCC) and contract law have found ways to challenge unlawful debts, improper taxation, and fraudulent legal claims against them. The key to using these remedies is persistence and thorough research. The system is built on the assumption that the masses will remain ignorant. However, those who educate themselves and apply lawful strategies have the potential to remove themselves from financial enslavement. Some have successfully used promissory notes, negotiable instruments, and even private banking concepts to offset debts, while others have pursued diplomatic and sovereignty-based approaches to challenge the legality of state-imposed financial burdens. At its core, this is about reclaiming autonomy. The first step is awareness. The second is action. Sovereignty is not just a legal status, but a state of mind, one that rejects fear and embraces the pursuit of truth. Ultimately, the question is, do you want to remain a subject, controlled and taxed by a system built to keep you in perpetual debt? Or do you want to reclaim your natural-born sovereignty, existing as a free and independent being, untethered from the deception that has bound generations before us? This is just the beginning of the conversation. To truly break free, one must take the time to study, to understand, and to act. The system thrives on ignorance. But knowledge is the key to freedom. If you found this information valuable, don't just keep it to yourself. Share this video, leave a comment below, and be sure to like the video. Let's continue the discussions and sharing in our experiences together. The more people wake up, the harder it becomes for the system to keep us in the dark. And if you want more deep dives into esoteric knowledge, hidden truths, and financial sovereignty, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. New videos are coming out daily here on Nautical Awakenings. Remember, the truth will set you free, but only if you are willing to seek it. Stay aware, stay informed, and most importantly, stay sovereign. Peace, love, and harmony to all.